Hi, I'm Jessica Rafuse, and hello from Seattle. I'm a white female with blonde hair, glasses, a white sweater, and a blue scarf. I lead strategic partnerships and policy for accessibility at Microsoft, and I am thrilled to be here at TechShare Pro 2020. It has been an absolute pleasure to be the headline sponsor this year at the event. We have been working closely with AbilityNet and are so proud and so honored to be a part of everything that they've been able to accomplish. A huge thank you to the AbilityNet team, to our presenters, to our speakers, to our coordinators, everyone that's been involved on this really dynamic and educational event. We are going to have a great week together. And although I wish we could all be together in person, collaborating, having a cuppa, I wish I could get my hands on some HP sauce here in the US, but I am blown away by the appetite and the scale that we are able to accomplish by doing this virtually with all of you. And we are bringing some of our Microsoft colleagues along with us. At Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. You'll have the chance to meet some of our senior leaders, our policy teams, our innovators with disabilities, and our passionate account teams who are delivering accessible technology every day. All of us together, committed to this incredible inclusion journey. I'd like to personally thank them for their sessions this week. Yep, TechShare Pro is different this year. COVID-19 has changed our world, the way we work, the way we learn, the way we play. Technology has empowered all of us to reinvent our lives. It allows me to sit comfortably here in my home office, which has a lovely bookshelf with leather-bound books and odds and ends, and a chair in the background. But in reality, it looks a little more like this. I'm surrounded by kids and toys covering the floor, a tiny brown dog. There's a crib in the corner filled with stuffed animals. There's a play tent that's spilling with books and a train track. Now just imagine me navigating through this labyrinth of toys and boys and dogs using my power wheelchair to get over to my desk. But hey, this is what we do. People with disabilities are masters at problem solving, creating innovative solutions and adapting to uncertainty. Yes, people with disabilities can teach us a whole lot about adjusting to a global pandemic. So let's meet Swetha. She is a brilliant engineer with long brown hair and a stunning smile, and she's deaf. Swetha primarily uses captioning and lip reading in meetings. And lip reading is hard work. It's very fatiguing. I will never forget sitting in the hack tent with Swetha during one week. This is the week where we get to all come together and work on fun, cool solutions for the future. Swetha told me that when she talked to her parents using video chat, she would ask them to turn off all the lights so that she could focus on their mouths to lip read. Swetha's hat was to blur out the background, to really allow her to focus on her parents. Now look at Blur. We are all using Blur in our new home offices to cover up laundry piles, kids' toys, and to truly focus on the person on the other side of the call. Now, Blur isn't the only feature that was designed by people with disabilities, but enjoyed by so many. Captioning has gone from an innovative solution by deaf and hard of hearing people to really delight people without disabilities as well. In fact, the use of captioning in Teams has increased 30 times since the beginning of the pandemic. This huge leap in usage reminds us that over 70% of disabilities are invisible. If you meet the captivating Donna Sarkar, you would never know that she has dyslexia. But folks like Donna have been critical in our development of tools like Immersive Reader. Now, Immersive Reader is a suite of really helpful tools like highlighting parts of speech, text-to-speech, and picture dictionary. I don't have a learning disability, but I use Read Aloud every day because it helps me to get through some dense maybe sometimes boring content. Did I mention that I'm a lawyer? So better reading comprehension thanks to people with dyslexia like Donna. Immersive Reader has increased by 560% since the beginning of the pandemic. So this demand and accessibility tells us that it has to be more than just the right thing to do. Accessibility is also a business imperative. And the research supports it. Disability inclusive companies outperform their peers. On average, over a 4-year period, disability inclusive companies demonstrated 28% higher revenue, double the net income, and 30% higher economic profit margins than their peers. Yep, accessibility is good for business. So at Microsoft, we're treating it like a business by building it into all that we do. A sustainable culture of accessibility means building it right into the DNA of who we are as a company, starting with people. Research shows that people with disabilities have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. 1 in 5 people with disabilities have lost their jobs, compared to 1 in 7 without. So we are including people with disabilities into our talent pipeline. We're building out those communities within our employee base, and we're spreading awareness throughout the company. Now, how do we get it to stick? We want it to stay around. And systems are really critical for this long-term sustainment, both externally through partnerships and feedback from the community. In fact, we're seeing a 200% increase of call volumes coming into our disability answer desk. People are reaching out, but also internally with things like maturity modeling and governance. And you can't build it into the company at Microsoft without including it in our products. This means ensuring that people with disabilities can consume, communicate, and create across all of our products. And last up is the future. This is creating a hack culture. Hack is a good thing. It's also bringing the power of AI to people with disabilities and leaning into that subject matter expertise in all that we do. And this week, we are all in it together. So I challenge you, as you participate in this week full of valuable information, think about how you can impact the future of accessibility. Maybe it's something simple, like using an accessibility checker before you send an email, or maybe joining an employee group or an NGO that supports people with disabilities. Next up, think about who you can bring along with you in this journey. We need everyone's help here. There's a lot of work to do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for having me, and have a great week, everyone.
Hello, good morning. I'm Shiro Kambe, Senior Executive Vice President, Sony Corporation, based in Tokyo. I oversee multiple corporate functions at Sony's global headquarters, including the important area of sustainability in all its forms. I'm delighted to address you today to share the importance of accessibility to our company and business. From game and network service to music, pictures, electronics, image sensors, and financial services, Sony's purpose is to fill the world with emotion through the power of creativity and technology. Through our offerings, we strive to deliver emotionally compelling experience to you, connect people, and contribute to supporting health and safety. Following the passionate introduction from Caroline Casey at TechShare Pro 2019, Sony joined the Variable 500 initiative to promote disability inclusion. This initiative keeps us conscious of the external accountability we have signed up to. At Sony, we embrace diversity and believe in turning it into strength, and technology will enable us to do more. We must find inclusion as an opportunity. Effectively addressing challenges in the areas of accessibility will in turn improve outcomes for all our stakeholders and society. Changing demographics also indicate more people requiring assistive support in future, which further underlines the growing need to design products and services to be as accessible as possible for everyone. People are at the core of Sony's business and values, and accessibility is one of our key focus areas towards a sustainable society and future. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce the importance of these topics to Sony. And thank you to AbilityNet for making the event possible this year. Next, I hand to my colleague Ulrike Haltrich, who heads up our European Accessibility Promotion Office. Thank you and take care.
Thank you, Kambe-san. My name is Ulrike Haltrich. It is my second TechShare Pro event, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to talk with you today. I work for Sony Europe and I'm based in Germany. For over 10 years, Sony has been active in the international and European technology standardization areas of e-inclusion and active assisted living, where collaboration takes place to define solutions which will help drive the evolution of accessibility. We launched through Digital Europe the work of 2 international TV accessibility standards, for example. In the area of active assisted living, which is defined as systems, devices and services which support the well-being, health and independent living of people with special needs of all age groups, I am the chair of the IEC System Committee for AAL. Sony organizes our accessibility teams by regions. As part of my responsibilities in Sony, I head up the European Accessibility Promotions Office, and we have corresponding teams in Japan and the US. We are joining other accessibility awareness events such as SiteWorld in Japan, CSUN in the US, and we are proud to again be a Solver sponsor for TechShare Pro in 2020. Our mission is to create a fully inclusive Sony world that can help change lives, and we appreciate that our effort supports and forms a part of an industry-wide collaboration. But to find the most optimum accessibility solutions that will help change lives should involve discussions across all stakeholders in the ecosystem for all product categories. Our message to this year's event is, let's engage in rich discussions and debate this year while keeping ongoing collaboration and to promote innovation as the keywords. Accessibility is not about an annual event, but to put in place solid foundations that can drive sustainable outcomes. I hope you all have a successful event, and thanks to AbilityNet, Microsoft and the other sponsors for making this year's event possible under the challenging coronavirus circumstances. Thank you.